All right, this session is on importing and exporting XML with exporting with BCP and importing through OPENROWSET. So BCP is bulk copy program. It's a very useful tool, very useful tool, and it's empowers any command line for SQL Server. You can grab a whole bunch data sets and write them out to disk real fast, and you can there's lots you can do. This is a little overview. So to access, I'm going to run the BCP to get XML out. This example is for a store procedure. You say BCP and then double quotes and your SQL statement. This one's a Sprock, so execute query training database table or schema and then store procedure. If it's a table, you could do database schema table, and then query out or out where you want the table to go. -T for trusted connections, or -U and then username, -P for password, and then -S and the server name, and that dumps it out, your results out to that text file. So importing, use OPENROWSET to read the file, and you create a pointer for it, and then you use the prepare document to create the pointer, and then you reference the pointer in a query. So we'll go over that in the demos. Easier to show it. All right, well, going to drop and create our database. Again. Build a table with XML, 8 rows. Okay, and we're going to copy the BCP statement. And right click to put it in there. So on this one, we're just going to do a simple select. We're not doing anything fancy on it as far as trying to squish the XML into a valid XML document or one row. It's going to return 8 rows. It's going to put the results into the C drive, test folder, and vendor XML. So enter the file storage type of XML. We'll say C for characters, no prefix, so we'll say 0, field length 0, terminator 0, and no, we don't want to save it. So you can see it, 8 rows copied. We'll go to the test folder, open that up, and we can see here, if I opened it in Internet Explorer, it would only return the last row. So you can see that it kicked those out, or created those rows. All right. So now if we use if we wanted to put all those rows together, we wanted this result set in a file. This is, use XPath for it. So we'll create a little store procedure. And let's run this command as BCP, which is just execute query training DBO generate XML. Let's delete that file. Characters. I typed it wrong, but still took it. So 1 row is copied instead of 8 this time. Let's see here. I want to open this in Internet Explorer. So we can see now that it returned the same results as when we kind of manually ran the contents of the store procedure out to XML, to a valid XML file. So now we have that file on disk with the results of our table in XML. So let's delete our vendor item imports table, clear it out. So now there's nothing in it. The only place the data exists is in this XML file out on disk. So let's start out with the OPENROWSET. So select star from OPENROWSET bulk. So take everything from the XML file, run that, and we get this long hexadecimal string that is not readable. So when we cast that as XML, we can see that here's our data pulling from disk. So how can we get that into a table? We'll get to that. So I'm going to do OPENROWSET, or treat it as a table. So we use OPENROWSET, reading from that file into an XML document variable. And to select from that, we have to do prepare document, give it a pointer, just an integer, and then we can select from that document using OpenXML. So we'll run that. And this is what we get. It gives us all the information about that XML structure. IDs, the parent ID, so it kind of gives you the nesting levels, the values, the types of values, the node names, et cetera, et cetera. Not very useful, but they're not very readable. So let's, say we're trying to import, a vendor gives us a big XML file and we want to get it into a SQL table. So we just create a simple table of names, categories, and quantity on hands. And then we'll run the same thing as before, but we can name each of the columns, and we will do an insert into that table with the name of each column. And I create that. Run that. This select was kind of this one right here to verify what the data is going to look like. And then we ran one to insert into the table. So now we run a select from that table we just created. And you can see that now we've got all that data that was in an XML file on disk. Now it's in the database and we can take it from there. And that is the kind of BCP and importing and exporting XML lesson.
Can you